Don't let your kids watch it!
Yeah, I'm late to this news. What are you gonna do about it? Anyways, Disney in 2022, right? 2022 wasn't exactly a great year on Disney's part when it came to their 3 major animated releases, 2 of which went to theaters and bombed, 1 of which was dumped to streaming, and all of them caused some form of unwanted drama from Karens and anti-SJWs. For me, I've only liked about 1 Disney movie from last year, and it's the one I'm supposed to hate apparently. And as much as I don't want to be the guy to make an annoying shitpost about Disney versus DreamWorks in 2022, not gonna lie, DreamWorks outdid themselves. Like, Puss in Boots fucking slaps, dude. With Disney stocks and even Disney Plus subscribers recently dropping, Bob Iger, yep, he's back, because one Bob had to go for another Bob to live, plans to restructure the company via a cost-cutting initiative in order to regain $5.5 billion in streaming costs. The initiative, to cut off about 7,000 jobs. Holy shit. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, firstly, read the title. Secondly, on that same day where Disney announced 7,000 employees on the verge of losing their jobs, they also announced free sequels to their most profitable IPs. Damn, that is very unfortunate timing. This is apparently a much bigger deal to people than the fact that 3% of Disney's global workforce has been laid off, but whatever. Frozen 3, Zootopia 2, and Toy Story 5 have been confirmed, and I'll quickly discuss my expectations and thoughts on these sequels in the rushed, poorly made video of mine, because just like the franchise my PFP is from, I kinda don't know what the fuck to do with myself, and I need to focus more on short-form content regardless, because Jesus Jiminy Christ, look at this time gap. Alright, let's talk about Zootopia 2 and Inside Out 2. Wait, it appears I've pulled a trick on you. There's actually 4 upcoming Disney-related sequels in development, not 3. Oops. Yeah, Inside Out 2 is also coming. Of course, this was announced at D23 a few months ago, but for consistency's sake, it'll be included here. Boy, I can't wait for this video to age like milk by the time these release. Regardless, I bring these 2 up together because the more I think about it, they have quite a bit in common. Basically, they're both mid-2010s releases to get a follow-up after nearly a decade. Both are original franchises Disney had yet to expand upon in spite of box office numbers. And most importantly, they leave out so much potential of expanding the setting and characters. I mean shit, we technically already have a television show for one of them, though it was mostly an anthology spin-off set within the original film itself, hence the name Zootopia Plus, which in retrospect is still kind of a shit name, but I'm not gonna be that kind of guy. We also have to take into account that the city itself has yet to be entirely explored, in terms of its origins, as well as establishing communities outside of mammals that inhabit it. Like, what if we had more animal variety, like birds or scalies? Do they have the same rights as prey and predator? Furthermore, in terms of world building, would they live in their own dedicated city or in some other part of the outskirts? And you can do a lot more with Judy and Nick's dynamic now that they're cops, so long as it isn't just a retread of the first one. Or take it a step further and take notes from the abortion comic. You knew that was coming, you fucking knew it was gonna be mentioned here. As for Inside Out, we do have confirmed details on what to expect, unlike the former. To put it simply, think of it like this parody trailer and Robot Chicken sketch, and you'll probably get an idea. Actually, let's take a trip down memory lane and look into the initial 26 emotions considered during the first film's early stages before settling on just 5. These include envy, hope, gloom, who looks like an egg-shaped version of the gorilla from Cats Don't Dance, guilt, shame and embarrassment, among others. They did mention new emotions entering the scene once Riley grows up, so I can imagine they'll recycle at least half of the missing cast. And already I see some comedians immediately guessing what the most obvious new emotion's gonna be, because if Turning Red taught us anything, it's that puberty will most likely play a massive role in Riley's teen years, as it would for literally anyone. Even the strict conservative parents going against it would know. But while we're on that subject, it leaves out a very important question. Where the hell would these emotions be in everyone else's mind? Like, the first film establishes that pretty much everyone has the same default emotions as Riley, so were the new emotions hidden? My theory is that certain emotions would occasionally go away for a while depending on how much the person growing up feels said emotions, hence why Riley's parents only have 5 emotions each, and not the ones their daughter is likely to experience. And as far as the absence of Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling is concerned, they could either A, recast Fear and Disgust, past, or somehow sticking with my theory, writing them out of the story entirely. Look, all I'm saying is that if they choose the latter option, then at least Riley won't grow up to like J.K. Rowling's tweets, am I right? Frozen 3. I actually don't know what to expect from this one. I'm not too big on Frozen, so yeah, sorry fandom. For all I know, it could possibly go into the ramifications of Anna becoming Queen of Arendelle, or Elsa having a free life, maybe even make a full conclusion to the trilogy, but let's face it, they'll make more of these regardless. Considering that it's Disney's biggest moneymaker, this should come as no surprise. Though I will give my best hopes to the production team that they'll be given the right amount of time to flesh out the story more than Frozen 2. That film in particular had a relatively rocky history in terms of development, an underwhelming test screening that led them to add more comedic scenes at the last minute, multiple revisions during its final months, etc. I'd go over more, but that's not why you've clicked on the video, now is it? Instead, go watch this docu-series on the making of Frozen 2 or this Shea Frillis video. They both go into proper detail about the film's production better than my ass ever could. I wish the best of luck to the team, and hopefully this installment won't be as rushed. Now why should I care if a Frozen movie gets good? Look, these guys deserve better, okay? Especially Shea Frillis, man. And finally, Toy Story 5. I'm also sick, by the way. No joke, the very first thing I thought of when hearing this news was the guy who did the 6-hour video on Toy Story 4 is gonna lose his shit. Oh boy, I can't wait to see his Oh, okay, he actually did a video, huh? I guess the joke's on me. Back on topic, I just want to ask. Really? Do we need a 5th installment after all these years? Look, I really like these movies. The first one's a fucking banger, the second one's a cinematic masterpiece, the third is a fantastic conclusion, the fourth was a movie. It wasn't exactly perfect, but still a good secondary conclusion, certainly not worth making a 6-hour rant video on, and Lightyear. We don't talk about Lightyear. But after 2 solid conclusions to an incredible film series, why bother with one more? Woody leaving the old gang to live with Bo Peep as a lost toy felt like it should be a definitive conclusion to both the franchise and Woody's arc as a character, so where do you go from there? Is he gonna meet a new gang? Will he reunite with Buzz or Andy? It was confirmed that Tim Allen would return to voice him, so that seemingly confirms there is a reunion. If that ends up happening, then that would contradict the whole ending of Toy Story 4 in the same way people thought that movie contradicted the ending of the 3rd film. As far as the 4th installment is concerned, the story stops here, unless by some miracle, they find a true conclusion to the franchise. The closest ones I can think of are what happens if humans finally come to the revelation that the toys are alive, or if Woody somehow ends up meeting Andy again, which would still be counterintuitive to the 3rd film's ending for obvious reasons. But regardless if they do ever find a proper ending or just an idea in general, it wouldn't even matter, because they could do so much as kill off its main character and still make a Toy Story 6. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So yeah, I love this franchise, but this is just a cash grab, that goes without saying. Sorry if this felt like a disorganized mess, but I suppose I needed to get my thoughts out on these as more of an excuse to put out more short form content, since for a while I've always thought of doing larger scale videos. I should have done that for the past 7 months in retrospect, but what can you do? At the end of the day, as Bielskibum94 would say, I'm excited for at least half of what's been announced so far, and the other half, we'll see. Expect more from me in the future, so long as I don't take too fucking long. Have a good day. I'll be falling in style, remembering that we're also getting a Lion King prequel. Wait, how the fuck is that gonna work?